It is Friday. Here we go. We got some guests kicking it on the couch, and we're going to talk about the L7X, the old school Solo X. And by the way, we already got a $10 super chat coming from our boy El Fuego, ready to start the locomotive. Let's get it going. Love you guys, and I'll see you in 3 minutes. And too many switches! Thank you guys. Means a lot. Really does. Thank you, Cedric. This guy's going to Slamology for the first time. Do you think he'll have fun? What do you guys think? What should he expect at Slamology? Let him know in the comments. Love you guys. It's Friday. Let's kick this thing off. See you in a minute. Would you look at that? Just look at it! Thank you, William!
Livin Loud Swag.
Oh, my darling. Dead.
I'll crush you both.
I love that. Because honestly, that depicted my situation with my old school Solo X, running on a KXA 2400 for a long time. And, you know, I had to go through a couple leads, blew one coil, you know, clippy, and I really had to watch what I did. And with the new L7X, it's like I don't even have to think. I just play, and you know, if you start to smell the smelly smell, turn it down, but it takes a lot longer to get there. And we got them sitting on the couch. We're going to go over them a little bit, but of course it's Friday, so we're just here to have fun. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys are awesome. Oh, there we go. Switching too many cameras. Play it again. He wants to see it again. I mean, it is pretty good. One more time, just so you guys can look at it.
Oh, my darling. Dead.
I'll crush you both.
Yes. Kicker engineering at its finest. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the old school Solo X, but you know how these guys are. They want to know if it can take its RMS power continuous for 5 minutes. That seems to be the base head standard, and this L7X can do that. And man, you know, and there's trade-offs with both. We're going to talk about them. Appreciate you guys, and yeah, we'll play it one more time. Just kidding, we're good. You get the point. Thank you for tuning in, Adrian. What is up, Kicker family? We got Uncle Bobby B here.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
What is up, Uncle Bobby B? We got Dubby. We got everybody. You know Dubby's got them explode bucks. So loud, too loud. Thank you for tuning in, Dubby. Appreciate that you are here. And El Fuego, again, man, thank you for the $10 super chat. We got to actually throw it up because it's Friday, and, like, who doesn't like this song? Thank you again, El Fuego, for getting the train going. And this guy, 5 hours ahead of time. Thank you so much, El Fuego. I appreciate you. And yes, the train has started. Let's get it going. Can you guys hear that? Let me know if you guys can hear the train. Let me know if you can hear that. Thank you for tuning in, Eric. What is up? Sir Mac, Kicker rocks. You know, it definitely does, man. It really does. Thank you for tuning in, dude. Forced air cooling works really well, and yes, the old school Solo X does not have forced air cooling, and you know, it's crazy. They're starting to just transition all their drivers, you know, to forced air cooling, and there's a lot that goes into that designing to make it work. You like how you don't want your ports to chuff? Well, you don't want your forced air little vents to be chuffing neither. Ashy, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well, sir. Andy, you can speak on this because you have the older Solo X. Absolutely, man. And, you know, I feel like there is a little bit of a difference, but I don't have an 18 L7X. I never had the 12-inch old school Solo X. My buddy Seth does, and I've seen them. But, right, the 18 could not handle as much power as the 12. And that's just saying a lot, you know? And it's almost as loud. I haven't even tried really the 15 in an enclosure. I could just imagine. I could really imagine. Thank you, Choke Change. Kyle, what is up? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that you guys are here. Let me know how the video looks. I changed from CPU usage on Streamlabs to GPU. Yes, I am learning about all the gigawatts. What's going on? Chris Amos from Kicker Club. Thank you for tuning in. Austin, Texas in the house. You know, Texas is a very beautiful place. Been out there whenever I flew down to Stillwater. And, you know, I wish I could have got a little bit further outside than just the airport. It would have been nice. Thank you for tuning in. We got the, 25's taking care of the moderation tonight. Thank you, 25. Bubba, thank you for tuning in. And, you know, Bubba, he always be going boom. Love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, always being here. Man, you guys really make all this work that goes into this worth it, you know? And it's like, why do I put so much effort into it? Because you guys always show up, always tune in, and we like to talk about things and look at them. Especially kicker, loud and clear. Yeah, let me know if I'm clipping too. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Cedric. And yeah, we'll do a whole video on Slamology when we get a little bit closer. We are close though, and we'll get like, you know, just maybe a little bit of Q&A on that. And maybe Donnie Babb, the owner of Slamology, I'm gonna have to ask him to get on here. I think that would be an ideal show for a Friday, just because. Thank you for tuning in, Cedric. Philip Lusher, Green Team for the win. Thank you so much, Phil. Appreciate that you're tuning in. I hope your build is doing well, sir. You never know. You never know with your builds. Some things can happen. You know, we like to turn it up a little bit too loud. We really do. El Fuego saying hello to everybody. What's going on? Donald Logan, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate that you're here. What's up, Andy? I think you misspelled that. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. And yes, what's up? The chat father, El Fuego. BT in the place to be. Where is BT? Brian Townsend? There he is. What's up, BT? El Fuego, you the man. Thanks for tuning in, BT. And El Fuego is that guy. Andy, did you secure that recone kit? Well, if you just look at it, there's not really too much to secure at the moment. But yes, I will get that secured in there. You know, you don't want your drop-in recone flapping around. And we will talk about the differences. I mean, I've done a whole putting it together and stuff, but you know, just the differences between the old one and the new one, and what I think is better and, you know, worse on each one of them. Thank you, Dubby. I love my Andy's Explode box, please. Thank you, Dubby. Appreciate you. I hope you're doing all right out in the outback out there. Thank you so much for tuning in and always being a real cool Joe. I was watching Jace's podcast, Liberty Baseheads, and they had a tier list, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, where would Sony Explode line up? And they were dying. They were like, man, I don't know. I think it might be ahead of Scar. You know, it was a good topic. Go check out his podcast. I'm sure you heard about it. Thank you so much, Dubby. And yes, the Explode box for the win. Just Sony Explodes, man. Donald Logan, you're saying the Solo X18s, old school, cannot handle 10,000 watts. You know, to be honest with you, with how they used to rate drivers back in the day compared to maybe how they do so now, like just not the industry standard, but like the bass head standard is like, I honestly think two different things, to be honest with you. Before it was like, okay, this old Solo X, the 18, was a 5,000 RMS driver. That's not 5,000 watts at a sine wave for 5-10 minutes, maybe. It might make that long, but still, it wasn't rated to do that. It was rated to put on a 5,000 watt RMS amplifier, and within reason, you're going to have a little bit of rise, and you're going to create less power. So you're going to be seeing 2 to 3 to maybe 4,000 watts at the most, and that's how they rated amplifiers and subwoofers for the longest time. And I still feel like they do that today, but with the big bass head stuff, they want to know how much power it can take on a continuous sine wave, aka rebase music, playing test tones, what have you. How long can it take that consecutively? Pretty much almost forever. And the new L7X, yes, it can take that 2,000 watts continuously, and it's a smaller coil. It's a smaller coil, which is the craziest thing. It's a smaller coil, 3-inch coil instead of 3.5. We got a $5 super chat over here from Ashy Larry. We're gonna have to get it. I'll talk about it a little bit more. I really will. Thank you so much, Ashy. Appreciate you, man. Would you look at that?
Well, would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay? You just gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Thank you, Ashy. Just want to say hey and wish all my friends and newcomers a great night and weekend. Thank you, Ashy, and these guys are awesome, and I hope you have a good night as well, sir. And absolutely, everyone, after the podcast, some of you guys hang out the after party on the Discord, but some of you just go to bed and you go back to your lives. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a safe night and weekend as well. Thank you, Ashy, for letting everybody know. And yes, Ashy is making it rain. He is making it rain.
Right.
Hit it, Michael!
Thank you, 25. Appreciate that you're always here with us as well. And this guy's been around since literally day one. Let's see. Before we start, I'm going to jump over there, check everything out. I'm just kind of flowing with the motion here. We got 33 you guys here on YouTube. 15 likes. Smash the like. You know the thing. Come on, man.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the like. You gotta hit the like. Love 'em. It's real easy. That thing that goes like this. Pretty simple.
That's it. It's really that simple. Thank you so much, Dave, for just saying that at Slamology. I can't wait to go live there again. See you guys. It's going to be awesome. And no problem, Donald. You know, and that's any driver, man. Could it take 10,000 peak at a burp? Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I've not every single kicker subwoofer, but they will take a lot more than their RMS on a burp. And I feel like even at 10K, with the right enclosure, can that 3.5-inch coil handle that for a burp? Couple seconds? 100%, man. Big time, for sure. Thank you so much, Donald, Logan. Appreciate you, man. You guys are awesome. I feel like we're firing all cylinders tonight, and you guys make it happen. You can't do burnouts in the Aussies. What do you mean you can't do a burnout there, mate? You just put the kangaroo's legs down, huh? Isn't that the burnout down there? Thank you so much, Adrian, for tuning in. What's up? Thank you, Simon, for tuning in. I seen your message. I forget where it was, what platform. I'm telling you guys, once you start getting just a little bit of popularity, the messengers, the comments, everything. I don't know how the bigger guys do it, man. It's just so much going on. But you will get an email from Bill in the next week or so. They're about the same time frame as me, give or take, but always keep that email on check. Just always check it. Appreciate you, man. I'm trying there, Bubba. I need to hang out with W a little bit more. Turn the mic on the Discord. I'll get it. I will get it. Basehead 30. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Kicker King. Kicker is king. Hey, you said it, not me, man. And speaking of that podcast with Jace, they had this whole tier going on, and literally Kicker was #1. It's not just for SPL, it's just a company in general, and what they're doing, their innovations, and what they kind of bring to the table today. And yeah, they were ahead of Sundown, which I was like, hey, you said it, not me, man, which was awesome. But hey, you know, they do a lot. And I've been doing some filming this week, and I can't wait to tell you guys all this stuff, and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, man, there is so much that goes into this stuff. It's unreal, and it's just been like that with every other product that came out new, between the gold letters, the L7X, and who knows what else they got coming down the road. Awesome stuff, and yeah, they are definitely innovators. Okay, cool. What we're gonna do, well, no, we need that camera. We need that one. I'm gonna switch over here. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Device not connected. That's strange. There we go. We're good. Cool. All right. I should be able to see comments. Shouldn't be any noise coming through. Cool. And I can see the chat. Take a sip of water here. I forgot to turn this follow me camera on. It's on like fast mode. So in the meantime, we're just going to do this here. And it works. I got the chat loud and clear. We hear you clear, sir. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. I see that you're in the background there. Thank you so much. And thanks for helping me out. TV needs to be like right there, just a little bit more. Not in the truck, 25. You got any L5s? I actually do have an L5. I have a L5 2006 version, the silver cone. And I still have it, man. I've had that for a long time. Excuse me. It was actually in my Volvo build until the Volvo just died. And I never really got to finish it. I actually put an 8-inch port in there instead of a 6 with 6 cubes. I wanted to go for SPL with that box. The engine went. Speaking of the Volvo, should be done soon. I went down there again. They got all the wires connected, and they just been having a lot of issues with new motor mounts and stuff. So once that's done, that's going to be another bass ride, but I'm going to drive around probably a week without any bass. And I know it's impossible. At least first, head unit, put that back in there. Got a brand new Sony head unit for that, and it's got a lot of functions to it, which is nice. Better than the one I used to have in there, and the one I used to have was actually the amp dyno radio that I use for all the amp dynos and all the tests we do here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. JT1970, thank you for tuning in. Man, I got 2 TVs. I can just look at them over here, look at them over there. It works. Appreciate you. That is so cool, El Fuego. We miss you, Kip. I know I need a text Kip. I need a text Kip because I am ready. I am ready for him. So we can do those SX amplifiers, and then John's next after that. All right, cool. So, pretty much all I wanted to do was, since I took out this SoloX and the Warhorse out of my car, I'm doing a little bit of maintenance for Slamology, and hey, maybe I'm running something new. We'll see. So to be able to look at them at the same time in the studio without disturbing the display is kind of the main reason why we're doing it now. It's going to be awesome. So with the old SoloX here, this coil right here looks like it's a high temp coil where it's a little crispy, but that's not a high temp coil. That is actually a copper coil, and it's very bright when it's new, and it's been through it. I will say that this actual recone was from Kicker. It was one of the last 4 or 5. I think it was last 5, number 5, and Travis got the last 4. And he used, or maybe it was 4 or 5. Either way, I got one, and then he bought the last 3 or 4 for his when he had 3 of those in his I forget what car it was, not a Bronco, but you know, big SPL vehicle. And then he switched it to DD. Anywho, so I wanted to talk about the differences, and I pulled this downstairs whenever I had everything out, and I was showing Kayla, and I was looking at them. I'm like, man, there are a lot of differences between these, and there are some similarities. So we're going to go over those. I have a Sony 8000, 10 miles away. Deer's outside the window. What? I thought that's usually Blake. All right, so, and I'll pull these up closer too so you guys can see a little bit more of what's going on. And I want to get a good angle so you guys can see the coils. And it might be a little bit difficult, but we'll try our best here. Let me just zoom in a little bit more here. All right, and then with this cone, as you can see with this guy, you know, it's got this frame, okay? It's got the frame and, you know, just the whole spider pack assembly kind of deal thing, and the terminals. And these ones are cool too because they had like binding terminals where you could hook it up 3 ways. You could hook it up, you know, the normal way, just pushing the wire in through the push terminal here. Or when you're spinning these in here, there's actually a hole right there, an 8-gauge input that you could put wire in, just like how the new one is. And you could put that in there and then use this top hose terminal to tighten it. Literally to tighten it. And then the third way is just taking it off like I just did and then putting it on like a just a regular lug. And all 3 options are great and they all work. The last one I was doing was I tried the lug and I was just tired of the lug, so I just used the direct input and it worked great. And that's what these new ones have just built in with the, you know, just all different options, which is really cool. Thank you for tuning in, Rick Thornton. Appreciate you. Thank you for your comment about the SoloX, man. And that's why I strive so much just to learn about car audio in general, electronics, physics, science, so that I can display the best of whatever I can do and get better each time. And I know everybody does that, but I put a lot of time into it, like a lot of you guys, and that means the world. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. That counts. Right? Yes. What counts? Interesting. Interesting. All right. So we're going to flip this guy over. You're going to want to look at this. Now, as you can see, this gasket is not really on there, and it's not supposed to be. This one is all glued on. A lot of people that sell these, I hate it. The first one I got, it was all in pieces, and the glue just comes off, and they never really re-glue it back on there. This one's all together. And this one here, you do not glue this. You do not glue that. That stays, that just slides over whenever you're done with it. So I want to show you guys. Let me see if I can zoom in any more. Enhance, enhance. All right. Oh, we got a $2 super chat. Hold on. I can do this. Ready? Look at this. Oh, there it is. $1, $2. Man, they're all over the place. I forgot I moved them over here. Where are the pennies? Oh, I can't find the pennies. Pennies. Pennies.
I got pennies.
Thank you, Trap House. Appreciate you, man. Shout out Andy and SDK Work. Any update on my box? He wants to know about his box. Jake, what's going on? Nah, that guy is busy. Always working on something, man. And just to build that many boxes for so many people, you should see this guy. I think one of his shirts is just made out of sawdust. But thank you so much, Trap. Appreciate you. And yes, shout out SDK. Thank you for the pennies, sir. I appreciate you. Let's see. Sorry, I'm all over the place here tonight. But you know what? That's the fun thing about the studio, to just be able to do this kind of stuff and talk to you guys and learn something, you know? Psst, what's a kicker? What is a kicker? A kicker is a square woofer. No. And he has 10 subs in his man cave. There's a few, and I do need to take this one back down to storage. We got, you know, the other Comp C enclosure, which I only used a couple times, but this thing sounds really nice. Let's see if I can get a nice focus shot on this guy. This thing is really nice and just sounds good. The tuning's around 32 hertz, and it works. It works. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this here so I can see Star Super Chats on this screen, and then I can see main chat over here. We can do it. All right, so let's take a look at this a little bit more. Kipalicious. Wait, Kipster's in here. Hi, Kip. Love you, man. Appreciate that you're here. Now, this guy knows a little bit about L7X and Solo X's too. Man, let's just not do this. Come on, Ernie. Over here. Ernie. It's like there's a delay, so it's like a lot harder. Okay. So, this is the old school Solo X. This is the new one. And the first thing that you really see with this is, let's just slide these over a little bit more, huh? There we go. The first thing that you see with this is the coil. You know, whenever I first took this guy out, I always thought, man, that's a big coil, that's a big speaker. And then comparing it to this, the winding height on this is almost double it. You know, it's a huge difference. And this is a smaller coil. This is a 3-inch coil, and this is a 3.5-inch coil. And just besides that, the thickness of this coil too. I don't know if it's going to be able to show on camera too much, but I know you guys seen L7X's. You know, this thing has just layers on layers wrapped around, and the high temp resin on the outside. And you know, I've done it with Seth. We on the other Solo X, we put high temp resin on the outside, and I think that was the worst thing I could have done, because whenever you have gas that expands on the inside of the former, what happens is, you know, that resin inside heats up, and that's why you get that rub inside before the speaker goes. Now this one doesn't have it on there, but the other one did. And if you have something on the outside but not on the inside, you're not really helping yourself too much. Now with this is going to be high temp on the inside and outside, and I know this is copper. This is a copper coil with an aluminum foil, or aluminum foil, aluminum former, and I think this is an aluminum coil, and I don't know if this is Kapton. Maybe someone can help me out in the chat what the former is made out of. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's aluminum. It might be aluminum, but either way, just big time difference in how these are designed. Of, you know, you can just look at it. Look how skinny this guy is compared to this one. This one is huge. It's very thick. And another thing, it is a crazy difference between the drop-ins, you know, and there's no motor structure. So this one looks very, you know, not much to it. This one's got this big, heavy basket, you know, so there is pros and cons with that. You know, this one you can just pop in and out. You don't have to worry about, you know, lining nothing up and what have you. But this one will give you better tolerances when you are lining it up, less chance of any kind of rub, tighter gap, more efficient coil, just how that kind of stuff works. I'm sure one would fit in the other. Yes, you know what? That's funny. I tried that actually, Basshead. Check this out. They will. And I think this is a woofer that Brad is trying to design. Take a look at that. Definitely not choking to death there. And that is one heck of a driver. You know, this is actually the new and improved solo barrack. It's a dual solo barrack, so it's got a solo barrack on a solo barrack, and it's got one coil, two coils working as one with double spiders for more extension. And you know, these are really super easy to recone. You just pull it up like that, and then you put another one on top. Super, super easy. Call today and get your new dual solo barrack. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We got a biggie. Trap House with a $10 super chat. Well, 10 gifted. He's gifting members. Thank you, Trap House.
Bass hitting hard. Yeah, yeah. Turned down for what? Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much, Trap. Appreciate you, man. And gifting the memberships. Look, Blake has become a member from that gifted membership. Thank you, Trap. Appreciate it. Appreciate that you're here tonight. I missed you, and I hope you guys are all just doing well, man. There is Mr. Kip. B3 link, 3 connection options, binding post, barrier strip, terminal block. And I think that's the that's the old one, which that's the technical term for it. And you know, I whenever I first had it, I didn't even realize that it had all those functions. I thought it was just, you know, a regular push terminal. No, that thing had a lot more going on in the background. Thank you, Kip. Miss you. And we need to get you on here. Yes, 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 yes. Basehead 30. Spider definitely looks beefy, man. And you know, it's just night and day between the two of these. Really is. Really is. All right, cool. Now we need... Oh, there we go. Let's go back to this camera here with the dual solo barrack setup. It's really awesome, you know, just this driver and how it works, you know, compared to the new one. And whenever... Okay, let's just zoom back in for this one more time. Because... this is how I realized there was something up with this. Like how these are together, right? And this is square, and this is square. But if you look at the terminals, they're in different places. So instead of having them on the outermost straight edges here, they have them on the corners on the new L7X, new Solo X, which is just, you know, a small detail that I didn't know until literally a week ago. And it's just crazy. But yes, this spider here, I know it's got a couple layers in it, but it's just, you know, 2 separate. And then this is 2 separate too, but I think these are single. And I think these ones are doubled up. So 4 layers, 2 layers. Either way, this is a tighter... Oh, you're not even looking at what I'm looking at. You got to look at it. Oh, there we go. Right there. Come on, I need Ernie help me out. All right, so yeah, this spider's... I mean, this is a brand new recone compared to a driver that's like 15 years old and has been through a few slamologies and 17 hertz. But either way, thank you for tuning in, Hertz Locker. And you know, the spider landing is a little bit smaller on this, but yet this thing has more potential excursion. Well, one, due to just the longer winding height on the coil here, but also just because the suspension, the spider, surround, whatever you have it, that's why it has more excursion. But it's just crazy because, like, you would think, okay, bigger spider, you know, more excursion. Not always the case. And but again, with the differences between this and the old Solo X here, the old one, I would qualify this as an SPL driver, but also one that can sound crazy phenomenal, be really accurate sounding for an 18 and efficient watt for watt. And this L7X here, you know, just because it's got a little bit more excursion capabilities, it's going to be a little bit more limited in some aspects of, quote, SQ. Like when I say SQ, I'm not saying you're going to put this in your car and be like, oh man, it sounds bad. I'm talking whenever you're thinking of like a Comp Q, a JLW7, you know, it's not going to be quite that. just because this thing is designed for something totally different. Totally different. You gotta strap top that or 1 amp per coil. What are we talking about here, Ashy? Let's see. Move his camera that way. That works. Let's see. Impedance is always a function of how much you wire. You would have to wind the coil length, what gauge it is, etc., etc. Okay, yeah. And that's the thing, too, because, you know, what is it? Coils that have a lower impedance require less wraps. So then you need to use a different maybe gauge wire or something like that. I forget exactly how that works. But yeah, whenever you wrap it around so many times is how you get that resistance, not impedance, resistance of the coil. So, you know, more wraps are needed. And, you know, that's something to think about. And that's why I think with the new L7X, you can't just put in the dual 2 and a dual 1 slot. Maybe you could put a dual 1 into a dual 2 motor, but, you know, then you're not going to have those benefits of that super tight gap, as the tolerance issues have pretty much diminished because of that alignment that you do. I've had not major issues, but whenever I would put this old school one in here, and all you would do with this, and they talked about on Unmasked a little bit here, on here, let's see if we can zoom in on this without going too crazy. Let me just scoot over, it'd be a lot easier just doing this. Right here on the top is the only guide pin for this Solo X. That is it. And you kind of know when you do it wrong, because I think it was on this one or the other one, I put it in and I'm like, why is it like kind of rubbing no matter what I do? And the guide pin, I didn't even look at the guide pin. So there's a guide pin right on the basket, and that is it. And you line it up with this cone. And this one was a lot easier to just drop in, but then you had to worry about when you're tightening these down, that you're not tightening it down too far one way or vice versa. And then your coil here is either rubbing up on the motor or the inside former is rubbing up on the pull piece. And that's never a good thing. And that's the tolerance issues that Kicker is talking about. So let me move this out of the way. I feel like we talked about that one enough here. Yep, break it. Still need you. All right. Oh, what had happened? Hey, where are you going? Over here. Come on. All right, cool. So I got that up there. Oh, we got another one. I got to get up. We got to get up. Got to get down. Got to get up. Got to get up. Got to get down. Well, we got, oh, no. I'm losing all my comments, but that's okay because we got, whoa. You guys are crazy. We got a $5 super chat from Trap House.
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay? You just gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Thank you, Trap. Really confusing trying to get with Kicker, Andy. If you want to run 2 to 4 Solo X's, what are you supposed to run for amps if you want to stay brand loyal? Well, I'm going to tell you this, you know. Did you ever see the movie Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, where they say too soon, Junior? Yeah, just a little bit. Be patient. They will be here. But I understand. And, you know, that's someone else's decision of, you know, releasing them all at once or releasing them when they are available. And I haven't been hearing too many people complaining about, you know, actually being able to get their L7X with not having to match it with a Warhorse. But I feel you, and I understand you. Just be patient with it. They will be here. Ask Kip for the wink. He will give you the official wink. We got more of these, man. We got so many $10. Look at this. It's Friday. Thank you, Double E, for gifting 10 memberships. Man, we got so many. We got Baba with another one, too. Oh, my God, it's Friday. It is literally Friday. I can't. I just scrolled down, and there's like freaking 4 more $10 super chats. I don't want to annoy you guys too much. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Trap. Thank you, Double E. Jeff Wallace with $10 and just memberships. Thank you guys so much. And El Fuego. We can't forget about El Fuego. We just can't. You know the guy.
The Pacific Northwest.
always hanging out there. Thank you guys so much. And Jason.
Why do we have so many different subwoofers? Not
Well, what
5,
did I
not
do?
10, but 16
Not yet,
different
Aaron.
models.
We need you later, Aaron. We need you later. I don't know what I did. Thank you, Jason. Would you look at that?
Everybody is interested in this kicker in 2024.
Thank you so much, Jason. Appreciate you. Man, I don't know how I missed all these super chats. You know what? I'm looking at it now. Over there. Over there. It's frozen on the one screen. It's frozen on the one screen. And it's still on trap. I'm thinking, oh, there's no more. There's no more. You know, it's always StreamYard. It's always StreamYard. There we go. There we go. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Jason. You just got to look at it sometimes. Appreciate you. And yes, just look at it. Thank you, Jason Stokes. Hope the L7X is treating you well. I'm sure this guy wants to run a warhorse on his L7X too, man. Thank you, buddy. And Bubba, boom went Bubba. He definitely... Oh, man. Man, you guys are nuts tonight. Literally nuts. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you, everyone. Jason, Fuego, Jeff, Bubba, Trap, Double E, Trap, Ashy, Dubby, and Fuego, and a few others. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for gifting the memberships for the green team down below here. And thank you for always tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Got a good question here. The car audio channel. Why does Kicker put polyfill in their enclosures? Very good question. To be honest with you, that polyfill is not exactly what a lot of people think it is, where it's, oh, it's to make the box act like it's, or make the speaker think the box is bigger, which in some kind of situations you might get a response like that with enough polyfill. And are the pros of that worth the cons of, you know, lowering your output? And it all depends the situation. But with the polyfill, with the just ported enclosures from Kicker, that is to help a little bit with standing waves. And to be honest with you, to be real, is like, it just sounds better. I've taken it out and I got a little hair louder on the meter. It was like a 0.3, 0.5 solid dB gain. But the box had a little bit of a different sound to it. Not a hollow sound, but something like that if I could try to compare it. So why is it in there? To make it sound better. To make it sound better. All right, let's see here. All right, I pushed too hard on the mouse. It's going crazy. Scrolling down the comments. Man, you guys are awesome. We got 55 here all together. Well, I don't even have to look. 50 on YouTube, man. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I am so far behind on the comments. That's the only thing with walking over there. I'm going to have to just have John just start throwing up the comments that he sees. We got a $10 super chat and another one. Thank you so much, YouTube user. Appreciate you. Glad you're back. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And means a lot. Man, you guys, thank you. You know, I did a little bit of preparing tonight. Like an hour and a half before dinner, an hour and a half after dinner, you know, and just the YouTube usual last night. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bro. You get me dancing. Thank you, Jason Stokes. $50 super chat. What? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And 50 memberships for the green team, man. And super chats are amazing, but the donation of memberships, you get 1 month free. And, you know, you get behind the scenes stuff. And, hey, it's just like Patreon. It really is. And you get to see behind the scene and you get all the fancy emojis for the lives. And I think that's the cool thing. Because who doesn't want to have an L7X emoji? You know, that's like the coolest thing, man. It really is. It really is. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, man. And I'm going to hit my weight goal before Slamology if you guys keep it up. Thank you. And you guys are nuts. Nuts. Double E's like, what? And then Cornut.
Cornut. He does traveling installs.
Thank you, Cornut, for gifting his 1 daily membership. He's always there, always trying to take the caboose. You seen him. You seen him, man. He jumps on last second, I'm telling you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Kip's explanation of why there is sound cotton dampening stuff in the enclosures. Ashley, see my previous post. Poly works in all box designs. Imported designs, you typically use bat instead of loose fill to keep it or off the port. You know, and there is different Polyfill. I've learned that a little bit with, I mean, Polyfill I think is just a brand, but just Poly with fish filter floss. I've tried that. It kind of works. It kind of works. And I've only used it in sealed boxes myself with that old school CVR 0315 that I have. And it was only 1.8 cubes. And like the resonance was like 45 hertz. Like it wanted to play that and fell off pretty fast. And when I put the poly in there, and I'm telling you, I put a lot of poly in it, like stuffed, you know, and I had to pull some out because I'm like, no, no. Pulled a little bit out, but it was stuffed pretty good. And it gave a little bit, it would dip down lower, but it wasn't, quote, louder at those frequencies it used to be, but it had a little bit better of a roll off. And that might just be the placebo effect, but who knows? I don't know, man. There's guys out there that could tell you, and I think I could, with the meter. You know, I think that could actually show that, but you would have to watch watt for watt. Maybe it's a little bit different. I don't know. Green team is making it rain. They really are, man. Thank you, SJC. Appreciate you tuning in. And, man, let me know. Stream's not glitch or anything, because I got the CPU, man, like 85%. We're using it. We got a lot of things. Thank you so much, SJC. It's been running great. Baba. 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 Oh, come on. There we go. Baba is nuts. Thank you, Baba. You got me dancing. I'm tripping over everything in here. Thank you, Baba, for the 50 memberships. Man, you guys are awesome. Let me turn that off. I don't need that following me all the time. There we go. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you guys. Literally, you guys are awesome. Literally. Man, 50 more. Man, we're going to be up there. We usually have like 60 members every month, like literally 60 guys, just, you know, wanting to be a part of what we do. And thank you so much, Baba. That is nuts. That is literally nuts. Thank you, man. Thank you. Andy Twerk. You got it. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you, man. I hope you've been well. Thank you for always tuning in. You need to use the cones as pom-poms. I mean, these things are pretty, these things are pretty crazy. I don't want to break my coil off, because this one is a lot heavier. This one is a lot heavier, obviously, with the metal basket than this one. But, you know, I don't know. I need the 18 to really tell. But yes, these are my pom-poms. Yes. Boom, 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 bass coming down the street. Hey, some guy might do that. They might run, you know, hey, over here, Ernie, over here. Come on, let's go, over here. Might run 2 of those, an old school 18 with the new L7X 15, who knows? And we did a whole episode on that as well, of just, you know, running mismatched woofers and the pros and the cons with that. Mostly cons, but can you do it? Sure. But hey, thank you so much, Baba. Appreciate you. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. This thing is so far behind. It's trying to catch up on all the members. It's still stuck at Cornut. Thank you, Baba. And yes, Baba is making it rain. LLwA with a $10 super chat. Man, you're making me clip. Thank you, LLwA. And yes, we are all looking forward till the weekend, and it's here. It's here. On behalf of the Caboose, aka Cornut, for his work on making my kicker build come true and inspiring me to become the locomotive for Livin Loud with Andy. And you know, you always need that 1-2 punch and then in a running game, and then when you have that, man, you are really unstoppable with any defense in the league, you know. And El Fuego and Cornut, the train and the Caboose, that's one heck of a 1-2 punch. Thank you, El Fuego. Appreciate you, man. And I'm glad Cornut was able to hook you up. And you know what? Speaking of which, I need to make some calls. Just a text message. That's all. We already had to pick up the big phone. Thank you, El Fuego. Clipping. I know I'm clipping. What is the price on a 12-inch Solo X? $699 is for the 12, $649 for the 10, $749 for the 15. And you can get those at kicker.com, Showtime Electronics, what have you. Actually, I think it's always in my description how to buy an L7X, so you might want to check it out. I try to leave that there because I know you guys love it. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, that's Simon. He already knows. Go to Showtime, type in Andy at the end. Appreciate you, man. Actually, he's got a 50% off discount code. Huh. I wonder what he could buy with that. You know, you do it for love, man. Thank you. And it's just fun to do it. It really is. 18 L7X. 18 L7X. I need it. That's many. Yes. Garrick throwing out the pennies. Thank you, man.
I got pennies.
Honestly, every penny counts, man. And just thank you, Garrick. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate all you guys here, man. If you guys had any other questions about the L7X or the old school Solo X, man, this thing has been through it. I bought this in 2018, and it's been to 2 or 3 Slamologies. The other one was through 1 or 2. And this one's still going. The only thing I had to replace on this is the tinsel leads on here, just because I was dumb and I wanted to play 16 hertz for, you know, a whole Slamology, and snap one of the leads. So, and that was not designed for that either. And not designed for it, but that's just really hard on any kind of driver. And the new ones here, if you just look at them, they have sewn in leads here, you know, so you don't have to worry about, is the lead going to be too short, because if the spider can't go that far, neither can the lead. I was limited by what the lead could do, not the spider. And there's other factors with that too. Dropping bottom without bottoming out was the saying back in the day. Those really don't bottom out. I never really hit the back plate on that, but still, yeah, just snap that, and it works. Thank you, Seth, for getting that going. And we got some more Solo X repair work to do too. We will be reconing this one over here. Not reconing, but recoiling this. They have a whole drop-in, not a drop-in kit, but you know, the coil, spider pack, everything you need. And this one's entirely blown, so I'm going to use that as a spare, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you, Garrick. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. You guys are nuts. You know, I wish Kicker would do a pre-order, but at the same time, man, it's like everyone would be like, hey, where's the pre-order at? You know, just in case the date didn't work out, you know, because unforeseen things happen. And that's just, you know, everybody's dealing with it. And Kicker, they make sure it's right. They don't want something going out the door and it's not how the way they want it to be. Thank you, Donald, Logan, Kiekel's audio munch loudest. I think that means Kicker audio more loud. Yes, 100%. Hey, no, man, it's all good, Jason. Sorry I haven't been around. Kind of embarrassed. I'm just getting back to work steady, fellows, to have some extra change. Thank you, man. And I appreciate all you guys, you know, and it's like, I do not do this for the cash. I do it because I love it. And then I go and buy more things, but it's like, okay, I can't buy this because I don't have the surplus of cash. So I really watch what I spend. And thank you guys so much for what you did tonight. I'm not going to lie. That was crazy. And, you know, it'll work. And it's right around Slamology time, and it couldn't come in a better, you know, just situation. You never know. And I know you guys are the same way, man. It's been a little shaky with my actual job with sheets and everything recently. It's just been slow. And, you know, paychecks are, you know, hey, no, who knows? They're just, hey, that's life. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that you're here now. And thank you for your $70 worth of super chats, man. You're nuts. Thank you, guys. Kip says the new Solo X18 will be silly. Yeah, man. I seen it. I know you guys let me look at it a little bit, but I really wanted to look at it, you know, sitting on my lap on the airplane, but just kidding. But, you know, it is crazy. Just even looking at the 15 compared to the 18 here is just the difference. The new 18, I don't know what size coil that's going to be. You guys didn't really tell me. I know there's a lot of things going on, but I still don't know. I would assume a little bigger than the 10, 12, 15. But still, what these can do compared to my old 18, and to have that in Cookie Monster is going to be stupid. I am so excited, and with all the new power options available, and hey, I got a big 10K Warhorse if I need it over there too. Great stuff, man. It really is, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Man, you guys are awesome. Donald, Logan, I hope I have my dual Solo X18 build by Slam. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. I definitely want to see it. And if you have it done, make sure you just pull up in front of Kicker and just say hi. Have them look at it. And I want to see it too. Come see me, please. Please, please, please. Double E gifting more memberships. What? Is this real? This ain't real. Thank you, Electro. I appreciate you, man. Gifting 10 more members. Man, Samuel Seal, I know that guy. And that's the cool thing. The YouTube algorithm's starting to catch on a little bit more of who watches the channel to gift those people memberships. And it's working out good, man. It really is. Thank you guys so much. And you guys made it easy too. With all the gifted memberships, it's just like, you know, having a fully automatic, you know, you ain't gonna miss. You're gonna hit. So thank you guys again so much. Let's see. Cookie Monster says these are the credentials of a real moderator. 25. Hey, he said it, not me. He said it, not me. Oh man, appreciate you tuning in, Cookie Monster. How cool is that, man? That is literally insane. Mike DePoli gifting the membership
Because we don't want you to blow it up. So turn the gain down, Andy.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, man. And just because, like, I feel like I didn't get to throw this up for all of you, the gifted memberships tonight, this is for you.
Bass hitting hard. Yeah, yeah. Turn down for what? Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can't. Thank you guys. You guys make this job so much fun. Appreciate you. Big time. All right, cool. Let's see. 25's forecast is rain. I think that's all he'd be calling for. You know, he is that just weatherman that's just, he seems to always be right. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. Maybe he's because he's got the wrench. I don't know. I don't know if that's a real one, though. Who knows? Let's see. Oh snap, it's because I saw the third most popular short on here. I'm not really cool with loud woofers. Though, haha, I like my hearing. Thank you very much, Garrison, too. Yeah, you know, I love that. Just thought that bass heads coming down the street are all deaf. Wait, what was that? I heard something. Really what we have is just below 40 hertz hearing loss, and whenever we go and talk to somebody, it's perfectly fine. but when we sit in a 140 dB system, it's not as loud as it used to be. It just seems like that. If you're going to go deaf from loud stereos, more often than not, and a lot easier, is from higher frequencies, especially within the 1 to 4,000 hertz range, which is where your ears are very, like, literally tuned at, like their range that they pick up the easiest, and they don't need much loudness to work that well, just like how your enclosure works and how everything resonates in your ear and just whatever. That's why it's funny that when you talk, it's around 1 to 4,000 hertz. Science or creation, call it as you will, it's pretty crazy. And that, if you play too much too loud, aka your mid-range, your vocals in your doors, that will make you go deaf a heck of a lot quicker than a 160 dB car at 20 to 45 hertz. I'm sorry, it's just not, and our ears don't even perceive that bass and as they would if it was 140 dBs at 1,000 hertz. That's why when you see those charts of dB threshold and pain threshold for your ears, that's not below 40 hertz. It's not. It's high. But hey, I appreciate you watching the content. Hope I can at least get you maybe to buy a kicker system that sounds good, that won't make you go deaf. That's my goal here sometimes, you know? Double E even saying, I'm more of an SQ guy than an SPL guy. And I feel like everybody leans one way or the other, and you're never really dead set in the middle. You can be, but you're always a little bit this way. You know what I mean? And doesn't have to be crazy, like just breaking the doors off loud. W says 140 dB streams. Hell yes. 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 Okay, Garrison. There we go. Look at that. That's fair. I'm not trying to make fun or be rude. No, you're fine, man. You're fine. I like comments like that because you're not the only one that thinks that, and I just like to address it. I mean, we're live. That's what we do. We have fun. I'm just ultra careful with my hearing loss since I'm a musician, and my hearing is super important to me. Sorry if I can't. No, you're fine, man. You're fine. And I just like to just go on that because a lot of people think that. Whenever like I see them in person and they see what I do, but they are not into what we do, aka like family or just friends, they're like, how can you still hear? How is your back hatch glass not broken? I'm like, it's not like that in both of those. And I can actually hear really good. I think I have better hearing than Kayla. And it's like, I listen to this stuff loud, but I listen to what could damage my ears within reason. You know, and that's really the big deal, and especially when you're a musician and you're listening for certain cues, and you have to be able to hear, you know, and not have deaf points in your hearing. Yeah, you don't want to play it too loud. Again, it's the vocals, man. The 6-inch speakers, the 6x9s, the loudspeakers, the super tweeters. Those are dangerous. It's not the woofers, the bass coming down the block. It's just, to make that give you serious ear damage, I think what's going to happen is before you have any kind of quote hearing loss is you're going to rupture your eardrum, where it's just too much pressure, point blank period. And that's the main issue with just SPL and those lower frequencies. It's not really hurting all the little hairs in your ears of how you hear, but it's just going to hurt your eardrum, aka your passive radiator inside your head, and that's gonna just it's gonna rip this around. No, thank you, man. This is what I do. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, and you guys are awesome, man. Let's see, do a couple more questions. I don't want to keep you guys here all night. We're already here for our hour, and that's what we do. Appreciate you. Basehead 30 says, we are not deaf. We just don't want to listen to people. It's not by choice, not a disability. You know, we get it all the time. Garrison, it's not against you or anything. You know, it's always, you know, turn that stuff down, you know, and that's why we're the, quote, turn down for what kind of guys, you know. And we get it. We got to be a little responsible. Not driving down the block at 2 a.m., you know, like just waking up the neighborhood. Okay, maybe if it's not my neighborhood, but still, you know, just for a second, you know, I'm like, I'm just passing through, man. I'm gone. You'll never see me again. But wherever you live, yeah, that's not a great idea, and you'll make people upset, and it happens. It happens. Let's see. And Car Audio Channel has a good question. What's the point of being loud if it doesn't sound good? You know, that's a good point too, just because, man, you gotta have it sound good with the bass. There's been so many people that have just, from general public to, you know, average to above average in just the scene of what we do, say that my system sounds really good. And that's one thing that no matter how loud I was, quiet as heck, I still made it sound good, because, you know, I'm the one listening to this every day. Excuse me. And that's what matters the most, because you're the one playing it. You're the one that's going to be listening to it every day. Make it sound good. And your ears will forgive you too. Whenever you are distorting and clipping with your, especially your mids and highs, that's why you get, like, you know, tinnitus in your ears, or just, you know, exhausted from listening to something loud for too long, is because it's distortion. Yes, it can be too loud as well, but it will be harder on your ears quicker if you're distorting. So that's a big key too. So when you make it sound good, you're obviously not distorting, and you're playing it within reason, man. And that's the name of the game. It really is. Let's see. Okay, cool. I got the stars. I know John had a bunch here. Got that one, got that one, got one. Okay, cool. I got the stars. I'm on it, man. Man, this show was crazy. Firing on all 4 cylinders. Little 4-banger. But it's working. One-man band here tonight, as always. And I appreciate you guys always tuning in. Oh, and by the way, on Tuesday, I got to pull this up here. Make sure you tune in on Kicker. Take a look at what they're talking about.
And we have so many different subwoofers. Not 5, not 10, but 16 different models. Tune in the next Unmasked. We're going to talk about it. This is Aaron Malin with the Kicker Tech Force. In the next Unmasked, we're going to go through our 16 different models of subwoofers. We have 5 square and 11 round woofers. Why are there so many? We're going to help you decide which one you need for your system. So tune in, 7:30, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Oh, and by the way, if you ain't innovating, you're imitating.
So, yes, please make sure you tune in, because they're going to be talking about every driver that they make, all the woofers and stuff. And there are a lot. I didn't know there was that many, but I mean, man, and it's got all different configurations, different resistant coils and everything else, man. And they try to hit every area that they should with, you know, the type of driver, and also, you know, price point, and not too many where it's just like, what's the difference from this one to this one. So it's going to be an awesome show. Make sure you guys tune in on Tuesday. Appreciate you so much. Let me just switch this over here so I'm like almost good to go. Live long, Kicker. Outlived Rockford. Now that means something from Electro. That is something, man. 147.3 on 400 watts, single 15, going bigger with the 15 L7X. That's impressive, man, especially with 400 watts clamped. Man, that's getting it. That is getting it. That's kicking, Kyle. That is kicking it. Let's see, bass at 30. Let's see what he says. When you hear someone say, why do you need all them speakers? Just walk away. You don't need that negativity in your life. You know, and there's 2 ways to look at it, and that's definitely one of it. And you never want to get into altercations, but still, man, yeah, it happens. It happens, man. I got a neighbor. His name is Ron, and he does not like bass. I'm just gonna put it that way. He does not like bass, and there's always going to be that one person out there. It happens, man. I appreciate you guys, and man, this was Living Loud with Andy. I'm just talking about I didn't even get to talk about the RMS power, but I mean, shoot, man, with these guys sitting over here, the power handling difference is, well, I did talk about it, but it's just night and day. It's really night and day between these two, man. It's crazy, and I can't wait for the 18 to go up first. The 18 that I have, to see the difference with that. But I had the KXA 2400 at 1 ohm on the 18, and now I have did have the KXA 2400 at half ohm on the 12 L7X, and it just took more abuse and seen more power and everything. It was literally night and day of just how much more power it could handle. You know, clipping or not. Obviously clipping a little bit, but it was night and day difference. And I can't wait to see what else they have coming down the pipeline. But without further ado, this was Late with Andy, Friday Night Live. Man, you guys got me all broken from all the super chats and stuff. I love you guys. I will see you on Tuesday on the after show for the Unmasked show. Make sure you tune in. And please, everybody, have an excellent weekend. And as always, stay living loud and keep on kicking. I like that.
Okay. So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Kip. Kicking it with Kip. I like that. Thank you guys so much. Bobby B, Choke Change, Basshead 30, Baba, Mac, Dubby, 25, Kyle, Ashy, Double E, everybody. CM Enclosures. I love you guys. Man, this was awesome tonight.
Livin Loud with Andy.
Holy smokes, with a $20 super chat. We got to throw it up for that guy, man. Thank you, Jason.
Everybody is interested in this kicker in 2024.
Thank you so much, man. Have a wonderful night, ladies and gentlemen. Kicker for the win, always. And do not forget to hit the like when you're walking out. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. And we have Corna coming in and Ashy. Ashy's taking it. Oh, man, we got that 20 though. Oh, we got to give it to Jason. But, man, you know, Ashy, we love Ashy. Snipers are foot. That's the problem. Love you guys. Ashy got it. I'll see you later.